This episode of Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
What about our Quasar podcast?
That was an awesome image, by the way, too.
First man ever bonded to energy transforming quantum man that were both weapons and symbols of his station who fought an ongoing battle to defend all life in the universe from cosmic evil as Quasar. Hello and welcome to the Quantum Zone. If you're listening to this on the podcast, it's almost the end of the year. We're racing to the end of the year. It's Quantumus week 2. And on the second week of Quantumus, your host gave to you two issues this episode. Captain America 229 and 230, both from 1979.
Nice.
I know, I was not quite 1 year old. 1 year old yet.
Wait, I thought 229 was 78.
It's weird. I think if you look at the bottom of the page, I think copyright 78, but then it says January 79. So
okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the inside does say that.
So these are January and February 79.
Nice.
Also on the I don't want to skip past the cover, but where it says all the info on the first page, it looks like I have a lipstick or smear or something. I don't know if that in your issue too.
No, mine is clean. So
lipstick free.
Somebody was getting freaky on your copy. Yeah, no, mine.
Yeah. Well, I did get this from a secret admirer. So the vamp.
The vamp.
I was gonna say that'd be pretty freaky if it was like the digital copy. The inside, you guys have lipstick on here.
No, I did have to go digital with 230 because the I think it was pretty pricey. Maybe because the cover is so sweet. That image of the Hulk's fist hitting Cap's shield.
Oh, I know that's awesome.
Yeah. It drew some money, so I just went the $1.99 Amazon route for that one. But,
yeah. All right. I don't want to do.
We'll get there.
I wasn't gonna get too much into like random stuff because since we have 2 issues, but I just had a thought not too long ago tonight that I don't know that they should, if they're not gonna bring Quasar into the comics, maybe they should like try to rebrand him, or try to make him younger. Because I was like, like the early issues, he had like of his series, he had like. I don't want to say conflict with his father, but kind of like de-age him like they do with Spider-Man sometimes.
Yeah.
Try to rebrand him.
I mean, they kind of
did,
yeah. They kind of did the same thing with Nova, except they used a completely different character for, the kid Nova or whatever.
Or do like they did with Thunderstrike, have like, Wendell White a kid somewhere and
suddenly it's there you go.
The Adventures of Young Quasar. Or like Captain Marvel Jr. Quasar Jr.
Yeah. What if they brought him into Shields, the TV show, and that's a different angle. He could be an intern that works his way up to head of security, and
they mentioned Professor Vaughn on an episode of Agents of Shield, so they could easily slide Wendell in there. Yeah,
really? Wow.
Yes, it was. Nothing past a mention, but they have mentioned Professor Vaughn.
That was like first or second episode, right? Wasn't it? I mean, it was really early.
I can't remember, but I think it was pretty early on. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So, like I said, should we jump in? Because as we said, we're giving you 2 this episode and next 2 to round out our year. 2 issues each.
I just want to say that the cover lies to us on this one.
Oh.
There is not a traitor in our midst. There's 2.
Yeah.
So truth in advertising here. Come on, guys.
I know they should have been like a traitor in our midst from this coast.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
But I mean, you get the blurb on the front. They're back. Who's mentioned first? Marvel Man.
Our guy, Marvel Man.
There he is.
Welcome to the Marvel Man podcast. Marvel Man, Blue Streak, the Texas Twister, the Vamp, the Texas Twister, the Super Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
They've been training a long time. If they've been training since 217 and it's 229 now. Right?
So yeah.
Well, they took a break from this, so yeah. I mean, it wasn't like straight through, but look, Captain America, not Captain America and the Falcon. Because,
that's right. Yeah.
Remember last issue, he kind of brushed Sam off the shield.
Here you go. I got to go look for myself. I got to go find myself.
All right. So the first page, the credits aren't on the first page; they're on the second page. But the title is "Traders All About." See, this is more accurate. Traders All About Me.
Yep. Absolutely.
But all right. So everyone, remember last episode when we discovered S.H.I.E.L.D.'s headquarters beneath the barbershop? Well, it had been broken into a little too often, so they decided to blow it.
Yeah. Scorched earth policy, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I got one more thing with the title. It is different fonts between Traders and All About Me, so maybe it's one of those two titles where it's just called Traders, but it's also because Falcon's no longer here. It's
all about
me. All about me,
baby. Yeah.
Nice.
So the headquarters has been blown up, and Jasper Sitwell and some other agent, what is it, Atkins or whatever, they make like a quick 5-second sweep, it looks like, with some flashlights. It's like, oh yeah. Because they mention, the corporations infiltrated, and so they maintain internal security. They had to secretly abandon their headquarters. See last issue.
Yeah. Oh wait, we have an editor's note.
That's right.
I did go back and read the issue before this because I found it pretty cheap. There's a mini training montage where they're talking. Cap calls looking for Falcon on the phone, and the Super Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. don't really care that much.
Yeah.
We're busy practicing, man. We're the war room.
Why should we care about the Falcon? You didn't.
Yeah. So our editor's note is from last issue, and Raj. I assume that's Roger Stern, right?
I believe so. Yeah, because I said, the credits are on the next page. But the issue before this, which we didn't cover, was Cap got into a battle with the Constrictor. There's another cool cover with the Constrictor, choking Cap, and then the headquarters got demolished right on top of that.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, the agents make a 5-second sweep. They're like, "Yeah, everything's fine down here.
It's all good."
But that's when you see Cap's shield. Page 2, footsteps fade, muffles voices die away, darkness returns, and for several long empty minutes, nothing moves. Nothing, that is, but the swirling dust that settles like a gray choking shroud. Blah, blah, blah. That and a familiar Star-Spangled Avenger who has refused this night to die. And here's the credits. The Captain America You Demanded, presented with pride by Ramblin' Roger McKenzie and our pal Sal Buscema, Don Perlin embellisher, Jim Novak letterer, F. Mowley colorist, Roger Stern editor, and Jim Shooter editor-in-chief. These are old days, before the DeFalco days.
Yes.
They show Cap. He's pushing debris off with his shield, and he's thinking, I managed to block most of the falling debris with my shield, but the Constrictor and I are still trapped far underground. There's no light, and the air is getting worse. By the minute, I can hardly breathe. If we don't get out of here soon, we never will. S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters will become our crypt. But
that image, the splash page image?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool and all, but...
Is the Constrictor's head on backward? No.
Yeah. You guys remember Secret Wars where the Hulk is holding up a mountain?
Yes.
This is cool, don't get me wrong, but it's not Hulk holding up a mountain that's been dropped on everybody cool,
Oh, my Lord. It's funny you mention that, because on our Deadpool podcast, Lilith and I were just reviewing, there was a miniseries from 2015. I don't know if you ever read it, Deadpool Secret Wars. And it kind of showed how Deadpool was in that original Secret Wars.
Really?
Yeah. And basically he saved them in that scene because the Hulk, as he gets stronger, as he's holding, he gets stronger, the angrier he gets. So Hulk's holding up the mountain, and they're like, oh, we need to make him angrier. And Deadpool's like, oh, I got this. Hold on.
I got this. I'm surprised he didn't say I was born for this.
Yeah. And then later when they're all attacking Galactus, he's like, and then like Galactus like blasts Hulk away. He's like, quickly, he's like, while he's killing our teammate, let's go kick Galactus in the nards.
Does Galactus have nards? Anyway.
I don't know. But yeah, it's only, I think it's, what is it, 4 or 5 issues. It's pretty good. I'd recommend it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Will is right that holding up a falling barbershop is not as impressive as holding up a mountain. But don't criticize me for my bumper sticker. I climbed Mount Supercuts. This car climbed Mount Supercuts.
The other thing I can think of is that he kind of wedged the shield in there somewhere, and the shield took most of the weight. Yeah, because it is indestructible, so you can.
It's true.
And at this point, there's some vibranium in there, so it can absorb some of the impact.
Yep.
Not all. So at this point, some vibranium. And then Cap's looking for a way out, but can't give up now. Sam Wilson, the Falcon, is missing, and I'm certain the corporation is behind his disappearance and the Constrictor's manly lead. He's like, I can't let him die, and I won't. If memory serves, there's an emergency exit right there near the door's jammed. Then that's when he puts the shield in the crack of the door and tries to wedge it open. He's like, come on, blast it open. And as he's struggling, gives him, I guess, a little extra strength as he spells open in his head. OPEN.
That always helps me when I'm, straining.
Spelling, bitch. There's some ads. And once again, just like in last episode, minutes later, we see Cap coming out of a manhole.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Avenger.
Heroes with the half shield. Then he dragged Constrictor up. He says, we're going to have a nice long talk, mister, and I'll ask the questions. You give the answers. Got that? And Constrictor seems like he's just coming out of it. And he ties him to a phone pole. He's like, who set me up? Again.
Oh, yeah. Again, last issue. Good old Raj.
Who set me up, Constrictor? Who's the traitor? No, I can't tell you anything. They'll kill me. Cap, I'll make you wish you were dead, friend, and believe me, I will.
Oh.
I would have been like, yeah, right, you're Captain America. You're not gonna.
You're a Boy Scout, yeah.
Hey, it's called enhanced interrogation.
I couldn't tell you if I wanted to. My orders are transmitted telepathically. I would have been like, yeah, right. Whose orders, Constrictor? The same person who abducted the Falcon? I know nothing about that. I was supposed to waste you, but I failed. Just like I failed to capture that Wilson kid.
Ooh.
Hulk 212. Roger. Another editor's note. Gotta love editor's notes.
Because I believe this was around the time that they revealed Jim Wilson, the Hulk's friend, was the nephew of Sam Wilson.
I think so, yeah.
Because, you have two black characters floating around. They have to be related, I guess.
Yes, unfortunately.
He's like, but that wasn't my fault, the Hulk. And Cap's like, Wilson, kid, things are beginning to add up. I just pray I'm not too late for the Falcon's sake. And I guess there was a police call box on the pole. And because the cop's like, Clancy, get a squad car over to 59th and 10th. Something's going on. See, kids, back in the day.
We had these things called public telephones.
Yes.
But this is just for calling the police.
I know.
In the middle box, it just says police on it, yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess we still have some of those in Boston. They're like blue lights, and they're like on some college campuses. But, yeah. So that Cap probably just did that to get them to clean up his mess, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I can't remember. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
All right. So, Cap takes off. He's like, the whole scheme smells to high heaven. First, Shield's overrun with members of a secret and deadly corporation. Then Sam disappears without a trace. while on the West Coast, where I put them, training the super agents. They don't even seem to care what happened to him, and only they and Sitwell knew I was in the old complex just before a constrictor attacked. So one of them is a traitor working for the corporation. Well, at least one. Traitor. One thing's for sure, I won't find any answers here in New York. I've got to get to Los Angeles, and I've got to do it on my own. If I bring S.H.I.E.L.D. in on this, chances are the corporation will discover I escaped their death trap, which is exactly what I don't want them to think. Oh, wait, which is exactly what I don't want. Let them think Captain America is dead. That will give me the element of surprise. I need to find the traitor. Well, here's my apartment. I'll just grab a quick change of clothing, my credit cards, and the first flight to... Oh, no.
Oh, man.
I've nearly forgotten. If you haven't read like previous issues, it sounds kind of silly. I've nearly forgotten about the damage done to this place when that Volkswagen came crashing in here.
Captain America 222, Roger.
Meanwhile, it doesn't seem like there's like... It looks like someone just broke in. There's like not even like a hole in the wall or anything. Yeah. It's just...
Yeah, the Volkswagen came in through the window.
On it, like... It's not even the first floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, Captain America is always battling those Germans again. You know?
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
There's the red skull in his remote-controlled Volkswagen. Tore up his apartment.
But he's like, blast, I just remembered I left my credit cards and my spare suit aboard the Metroliner when Animus attacked.
Which was Cap 223. Good old Roger Stern again.
Is there a connection between Animus and the corporation? I think so.
You guys used to see the advertisements for those VHS tapes when Animus attacked.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Animus Gone Wild.
Oh, no.
Which that joke will make sense in a little bit. Hold on.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cap's expecting the damage, and he sees a broken picture frame with him and Bucky's picture. He's like, "Bucky, you'll never rest in peace, partner." This is
actually, he won't.
actually, he's alive out there somewhere.
Yeah,
either frozen or on a job.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the last straw. I won't lose another partner to death. I'm going to find the Falcon or die trying. I swear it. But then, shortly at Avengers Mansion, Thor and Hercules are arm wrestling. The Beast, yes, that's right. Beast was an Avenger back in the day, kids. And Beast is saying, "Oh, what a gal, what a night, what a hangover." And Cap storms in, "Avengers, I need your help." Hercules, "Hey, by Zeus." Thor, "Odin's blood, Captain, if thou art in trouble." He's like, "No, not me, Thor, it's the Falcon." Quickly, Cap fills the others in, ending with a plea for... And Beast is like, "Money? Oh no, I spent what I had on Darlene." Hercules, "Ne'er hast the Prince of Power bothered with coin of the realm. It seems such a trifle." Thor, if only Iron Man were here. He could ask his boss, Tony Stark, because kids back in the day, people didn't know Tony Stark was Iron Man. It was his quote-unquote bodyguard. Yes.
Bodyguard.
Very, very long time.
Yes, until I think like the mid-2000s.
Yeah. So
it was a couple years before the movie. Yeah. And then Beast is thinking, Cappy could use a Quinjet if he just ignored the bureaucratic tape that, hey, he's like, "Bureau, that's it. I think I can help you, Cap. Come on, upstairs to my room. Pretty spiffy, eh? Decorated myself with a little help from the Black Panther." He's got like palm trees and a hammock.
That's not going to impress Darlene.
You don't know Darlene.
Yeah.
Who is Little Caesar? You see the poster on the wall?
That's what I know. Is that supposed to be like a old gangster movie or something? Or
I don't know.
It's pre-pizza.
I was gonna say maybe Beast loves pizza. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Here, let me find my bureau. Come here, handsome." Looks like what is that? Looks supposed to be like a King Kong bank or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Wendigo.
Or Sasquatch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, Cap. Let me get some money from Wendigo so you can go. I always keep a little money lying around for emergencies. If I can just, he breaks the bank. He's like, let me see, 10, 5, 10, 15. He's like, $4.75. Oh, man, I guess it wasn't beauty that killed the beast. It was inflation. It's like, don't worry about it, Hank. You did the best you. And then you hear, could I speak with you for a moment, Captain? And it's Jarvis. I took the liberty of packing a bag, sir, and I just happened to have a little pantry money handy. It's not enough for a plane ticket, I'm afraid, but... Yeah, Cap's riding the bus. He's thinking, good old Jarvis. He always comes through. All right. Like I said, I wasn't even a year old yet, but in 1979, wasn't $4.75 enough for the bus across the country?
Might have been.
Wait a second. So Jarvis packed him a bag. So unless Cap has clothes at Avengers Mansion, is Cap wearing Jarvis's clothes?
I bet you he has clothes at Avengers Mansion. I mean, it's Cap we're talking about.
Yeah. Or if it's not Cap's, maybe it's like Tony Stark's or it doesn't look like a nice enough. It's like a green suit.
Yeah. No cummerbund, so it's not Jarvis's.
No.
Yeah.
But so Steve gets on the bus and starts riding across the country. He's thinking, wow, America really hasn't changed all that much. There's still a lot wrong with her, but there's a lot of good people too, like the Avengers and Sam Wilson. I just hope I reach him in time. Ford offered to fly me to LA, but that would have attracted too much attention. Besides, if the corporation manages to wrest control of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Avengers will be needed in. Huh? Then you see some kid reading comic books next to him. He's like, is something wrong, son? Gene Colan back drawing Daredevil. And you ask me if anything's wrong? Heck no, mister. He says, do you read comics? Well, I used to. Really? Who's your favorite? Steve. Oh, Captain America, I guess. The kid. Oh, that old fogey.
Was this before he started... Didn't he start a job as the artist on Captain America?
I think it's later.
Yeah, was it Grunwald or right before Grunwald?
I think it was before Grunwald, wasn't it?
Yeah,
maybe.
I read it in the Captain America trade with him and Hawkeye on the cover, and it's pretty early on to that. It switches into the beginning of Grunwald's run, so I think it's a little bit before that.
Yeah, was it J.M. DeMatteis or one of them? Somebody had him, or maybe it was even Roger Stern, but one of them, yeah. I think it was someone right before Grunwald had him.
Yeah.
Man, what is it with this series and kids just bagging on heroes? I mean, Captain America's an old fogey. Marvel Man's a stupid name. I mean, man.
The youth of America. There is a lot wrong with America. Captain America's right. It's funny because he's traveling across countries, but there are good people. Like the Avengers and my close associate. Like none of these people in the bus or the people that are driving by.
Not the poor people, just the poor superheroes.
Yeah.
But I love that kid. Oh, Cap's an old fogey.
Yeah.
Cap's an old fogey. He has 2 working eyes. Daredevil's the best.
Yeah.
Obviously, this kid has not seen, Winter Soldier elevator fight scene, right? I mean,
no.
Okay, yeah. There you go. That's all there is to it.
Yes. But they
must. What kind of bus stops just on the side of the road next to the woods? Right.
Next to like a restricted shield base. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But him and the kid must keep talking because sometime later, on a Sunday at the outskirts of Los Angeles, he's like, he's yelling at the side of the bus. So long, Billy. Give your grandma my best. Bye, Steve.
Yeah.
He's like, old fogey indeed. Well, maybe I am, but maybe it isn't vogue to be patriotic these days, but I've always been my own man, and so is Captain America. Even I once became disenfranchised.
Disenchanted.
I'm sorry. I turned my head with the establishment and gave up my role with Captain America, and I assumed the identity of Nomad.
Which was in Cap 180. Roger again.
But I was just running from my problems. I guess I was born to be Captain America. Well, I'm here already. S.H.I.E.L.D. West Coast Complex. One thing's for sure. If it's old, I love how all right, this next sentence, he's thinking as he's changing out of his suit into his Captain America costume. One thing's for sure. If it's old-fashioned to believe in the ideals of freedom, then I'm proud to be considered an old fogey. Proud right down to my red, white, and blue underwear. As he's changing, folks.
That's right.
But just being proud won't help me flesh out the corporation's agents or find Sam as he gets to the fence. But minutes later, in a specially designed shield training room. See an alarm going off. Super agents. Oh, wait a second. We see an alarm going off. Super agents, look alive. There's an intruder alert. Consarnate Marvel Man, we're not deaf. Yes, that's the Twister Kins in it now. And
wonder who said that. Yeah, I wonder who said that. Consarnate.
Vamp, intruder, cheer, it can't be.
I've never heard consarnate before. I've heard confound it. Consarnate, that's new to me.
Then we see a boot come kick through the door. Say, who? Captain America. And Cap, one of you is a spy for the corporation, and I can prove it. And he's thinking it's just the bluff, but the traitor won't know that. And okay, again, guess who this is? Thunderation. The Texas Twister is as honest as the day is long. Partner. Blue Streak, you can't mean that. And Vamp, of course he can't. Streak, he's been down on us from the very beginning. And Marvel Man says, but Cap.
Also, Marvel Man wearing a red headband inside, but a blue headband on the cover.
This is where it all begins.
Could he be the traitor?
You two-headbanded, you two-faced, you two-headband. Ghost Rider ad on the letters page. Yeah, there's like 4 pages of ads. I guess was this Marvel Man. This installation is heavily guarded without special clearance. Not even you could gain admittance. How, Mister? I've traveled 3,000 miles to find the Falcon. Nothing and no one is going to stop me now. And Blue Streak is like, no one except the Blue Streak. You costume fool. You've interfered with the corporation once too often. He's like, come on, you turkeys. Don't you see? He's testing us like before.
In Captain America 217, which was last week.
Yes, last episode.
Earlier in their December.
Quantumness.
That's right.
Last week's Quantumness. So he charges a Cap. He's like, let's show him how much we've improved. He's like thinking, and if Captain America does not survive this encounter, well, accidents will happen. And you reckon Blue Streak's right? Sounds kind of fishy to me. And Vamp, of course he's right. Marvel Man, what are we waiting for then? Let's move. And Blue Streak's like flying up the wall. Good, he's stunned. Now if I can get behind him before he realizes what I'm up to, but Cap kicks him. Too slow, Streak. If in its speed you want ombre, you got it. Courtesy of the Texas Twister. As he hits him with a twister from his hand. Can't really use my full power in here, but I reckon I can still pin your ears back. And he's like, really, Twister? He's like, the way you stopped the Human Torch?
Oh!
Fantastic Four 192, Roger Stern.
He's like, was that little mission for the corporation? Was it? He's like, no, Consarnate, I was just trying to sign the torch up to Shield as he gets knocked down by the shield, Cap Shield.
Lands right on his chin. That's a tough one.
Yeah, because I believe the Fantastic Four were like disbanded for the moment when he did that. So they were trying to get the torch for Shield. Then Vamp comes in, of course. Impressive Cap.
Hassan Chop. Sorry.
I know she's telegraphing that karate chop. She's like, impressive, Captain, but now you face someone who's every bit your equal. Have you forgotten that my special belt allows me to absorb the strength, the very skill of any opponent, even you? But meanwhile, she's like, hold still, blast you, keep dodging. For Ev, and she swings and hits the wall with her fist. Lady, I never intended to. We may be evenly matched, but there's no device on Earth that can give you instant experience. And that makes all the difference. And she's like, no. And is he like holding her down on a console? And then we see, and now it's my turn, Cap. I don't know what kind of game you're playing, and as Cap throws his shield at Marvel Man, but nothing, mister. Where were you when the Falcon disappeared? And he says, right here, Cap, practicing, discovering more about the power of my wristbands. And looks like he makes like a quantum version of Cap's triangle shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably would have been better to make a whole bubble because then.
Yeah.
But he's like, but he said he's still training, and he's like, and learning when to press an advantage. And Cap, here we go. I have to admit, he's good as he comes flying at him, but he still has a way to go before he's ready for the big leagues. He puts his shield up, and I guess Wendell runs head first in the
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
Ow.
Wendell.
yeah. Vamp thought she had her hand on that thing. Imagine running your head into that. Flying. Again, should have bubbled up.
That's right.
No, you Blue Streak. No, you defeated them all without working up a sweat. Cap, why so nervous? Streak, is your conscience bothering you? It's impossible. I left no clues. You'll never take me. And Cap, bingo, flush my traitor out. The corporation take care of its owls. The shield knocks him off his feet. And of course, happy to let them think it's the Blue Streak, the only traitor. Vamp, good work, Captain. You've downed him. Now I'll take over. Now I'll make him talk. And he's like, ow, my arm. She's like, come on, you filthy traitor, talk. No, I said talk. And Cap, Vamp, stop it. You're killing him. And she's like thinking, exactly. And he said, I said, stop it, lady. No, he's no good. The West dead. And he said, there, I snagged her belt. That should take some of the fight out of her. But the Blue Streak isn't moving, is he? And the Vamp looks out of it because since he ripped the belt off, she's like, sorry, guess I lost my head. Twister, huh? That ain't the half of it, lady. You're plumb loco. Fact is, you are all loco. As far as I'm concerned, Shield could take its so-called super agents and shove them. I've had it. Wasn't that a country song? Take these super agents and shove it.
I think so.
Marvel Man, Cap, what's going on? You want me to stop them or stop him? No, let him go. I need you here. Whatever you say, Cap. A Blue Streak, is he? He's battered, but he'll live. And so help me. He'll tell me where the Falcon is. And he says, sure. I'll tell you. I got nothing to lose now. We're holding him on Alcatraz, and you'll never leave that hellhole alive.
There we go.
And next, the search for the Falcon, the return of the Animus. And if that isn't enough, enter the Hulk. Coming up right after these commercial messages.
Hi, everyone. Do you like quantum? Do you like zones? Have I got something for you? The Quantum Zone Podcast. Sorry.
I have a perfect product for you coming up in January.
Into mystery.
Matt Kona, what do you do when you get that unfresh feeling?
Oh, well, I usually just take 100-piece toy soldiers and I have them shoot that feeling away. Pack in a footlocker. That's the next page.
All right, so
Full
everyone.
color poster spectacular.
All right, now we get to Captain America 230.
Which has got an awesome cover.
That's right.
Yeah. The reason I had to buy it digitally, I think, is because of this sweet cover, which is would make a good T-shirt. Hulk's giant fist hitting Cap square in the shields, driving him into a wall.
Yes, I was looking for the credit on the cover. It says Wilson Layton. Is that Bob? That's probably Bob Layton.
Bob Layton probably inked it. I don't remember who Wilson.
Because I don't think there's a Wilson in the credits inside now.
Tell you what, I'll look that up real quick while we're getting started.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so of course Blue Streak says they were keeping Falcon on Alcatraz. So of course the title of this episode or this issue, Assault on Alcatraz. I love the credits because the plot's by Roger McKenzie, the script's by Roger Stern. So they only use one Roger, and then they just throw both last names after the big Roger.
Nice.
Yeah.
By the Rogers. Sal Buscema and Don Perlin art, Jim Novak letterer, Neil Yomtov colorist, Jim Shooter editor-in-chief.
Yeah, they didn't do double Jim. You know, the editor-in-chief needs his own little block, I guess.
Oh yeah, I can't do letter if the editor doesn't be confused with the letterer.
No. Now, I want to know if Cap had to go through Blue Streak's wallet to get money to pay for a ferry, since he just Jarvis's money on bus fare getting there.
Well, I mean, this opens up with him on the ferry going to Alcatraz with Marvel Man and Vamp. So I'm wondering if Shield footed the bill for this at this point. Then
Expense it.
Marvel Man could have flown him over there potentially.
That's true. It's true.
I know, but I'm trying to remember. It's like, is it this issue, or it might be one of the ones next week where I swear he's just like, oh, look what I learned. I learned how to fly.
Oh yeah. It looks like it's Ron Wilson. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Cool, because at first I was like, that's not like a I mean, I was pretty sure it wasn't like a John Byrne, but it kind of like that style.
It's an awesome cover.
Oh yeah,
it really is.
So yeah, we get the whole setup about how they're taking a tourist ferry over to Alcatraz, and Cap's with his aides, the Shield super agents, Marvel Man and the Vamp. Because he's Marvel Man saying, Cap, do you think the Blue Streak was telling the truth? How could the corporation possibly have the Falcon hidden in Alcatraz? I don't know, Marvel Man, but right now it's the only lead we have, the Falcon's whereabouts. He's like, well, look, I know the super agents have kind of bombed out so far, but I just wanted to say it's a pretty big honor to work with you. And bam, that's it, Boy Scout. Go ahead and butter up the old man for all the good it'll do. This is our first and last mission. Between the Blue Streak turning out to be a plan from Corporation West and the Texas Twister leaving in disgust.
Oh, that is going to be last issue, of course.
Or a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
The super agents have had it. It couldn't have happened any neater if the corporation had planned it this way. And as the cheery little tugboat chugs onto the craggy islet, we go to just to the northeast of the Bay Area. Another conveyance draws ever closer to with its rather unique passengers. One Fred Sloan and his traveling companion, the Incredible Hulk. I love how he just driving down the road with the Hulk. He's like, man, Hulk, I still can't get over the way you totaled the police cars at that roadblock.
Which was in Hulk 231.
He's like, please just don't get that mad again. And Hulk's just like, bah, stupid lawmen, we're not going to stop the Hulk. Hulk is tired. Stupid cigarette smoke makes Hulk sleepy.
I wonder what kind of smoke that is.
Hulk have munchies. He's like, well, hey, don't fight it, Hulk. Just relax for once, will ya? I mean, it's not like you have anything to... He's like, here's a siren. He's like, worry about it. He's like, oh no, not again. Where'd they come from? And more importantly, what do I do now? He's like, should I make a run for it? And then he looks over and it's like, hey, who are you? He's like, Bruce Banner. So
he got so high he saw a naked man in his sleep.
I mean, that brings up a good point. I mean, could Banner rid himself of the curse of the Hulk just with like a medical marijuana card?
Yeah, exactly.
True. Come to Massachusetts, they just opened up the first 2 stores where it's you don't need a medical permit. So
I mean,
Banner, come on.
I know they're getting medical marijuana here. Colorado has it. Isn't it like recreational in Canada?
Oh, yeah. No, it's recreational here in 2 stores and all over Colorado. So yeah. Stupid cigarette smoke, they call
it. Bruce, now I got a couple questions for you. Who are you and where am I? I'm Fred Sloan, and we're tolling down the road towards Berkeley. That is, we were, as the police car cuts them off. The police know, though. He's like, hey, just keep it cool, brother. This will be a cinch. Hello, officer. I guess you caught me. Sorry, I know the speed limit's 55, but I just... And the cop, shut up, you. Yes, sir. We're looking for... Hey, you're Bruce Banner, aren't you? Sure, that's him. I saw his picture back at headquarters. I guess you got me, gentlemen. I'll come quietly. And they're like, oh, we're sure of that. Blam, blam. 2 shots, 2 hits. Not bad for a couple of guys pushing 40, eh? Don't be ripping on guys who are 40. Shut up.
Exactly. Come on.
I think Jackson will be pleased. He won't be if we don't get our tails in gear. The transport van is here already. So let's get our pigeons under wraps before the real cops come along as they push the van into like a yellow tractor, or not a tractor trailer, but a big yellow truck.
All right, I know the phrase "let's get our ducks in a row." I've never heard "let's get our pigeons under wraps," though.
All right, let me go to my duck expert, Matt Kona. Do Do you buy this? Did they really have to say we got our ducks in a row as they load them into a yellow truck?
It's true, right? And you can pretty much only go in rows with that such a narrow part. You know?
It says it just takes them just over a minute to load everything, and then they're off again. Scarcely noting or caring about the wisp of smoke that waves over the horizon. And we see, and so ends the illustrious career of Senator Eugene K. Stivak. A pity. I quite enjoyed my sojourn in the Senate, but it's just as well the abuses of office I committed as a corporation official,
which is Hulk 231.
Could have not have gone undiscovered for long. Our copter will arrive shortly, sir. Excellent. My compliments, Dr. Soffin. That's right, Carla Soffin, aka Moonstone.
That's right. Yep. Who will go on to
appearances? Yes.
Go on to the Thunderbolts, which is an awesome series.
Masters of Evil, then the Thunderbolts. Yes. Some later issues of Thunderbolts. Isn't that we were talking about our next upcoming which by the time you hear this will probably be up, the Captain Marvel episode on Genius Fell. Isn't that where he kind of, I don't want to say dies, but
or something happens to, something
kind of gets
weird
ripped apart or something. But we'll get there. So my compliments, Dr. Soffin. Your powers were invaluable in destroying my plane and bringing us and our prisoners safely to Earth. But I think it's best that you assume your Moonstone identity for the next step of the plan. She says, whatever you say, Senator. My dear, haven't you been listening? Senator Stivak is dead. From now on, I am Kligger, the humble servant of Corporation East. Come, we have business.
Yeah, and what's up with the dog, man? That dog does not look good.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of wondering about that myself.
All right, here's my question. It's
not addressed at all.
No, and did they drug the dog too? I think maybe because like they have Jim Wilson. He's out of it because I think they drugged him. But it's like, okay, my question: did they have to bring the dog? I'm trying to remember the Hulk issue where they grabbed him, but did they have to bring the dog? Wouldn't it have been easier to just like knock Jim out and bring Jim?
Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, why the dog?
Cooperate, kid, or the dog will get it. The dog's gonna get it.
Hey, did you see the ad? Behold, the Marvel Galaxy of Superstars.
Oh yeah,
man called Nova.
Captain Marvel, or Marvel, as Matt Conan and I discussed in episode 1 of our Captain Marvel special. The Hulk, the Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, and Daredevil, the Man Without Fear, which all the kids love.
Because Gene Colan's drawing it.
That's right. Groovy. But no, I'm still like hung up on that dog thing. It's just like...
It's so weird.
We have a hostage here. Okay. Put him on the phone. Now, don't mess with us. Here, we're going to prove the hostage is alive.
Bark, dog.
Hostage. Tell them you're alive.
What's that, Lassie? Timmy's falling down a well? Sorry.
What's that? They're they're taking you and Jim to his uncle in Alcatraz? What?
Yeah.
So we get back to Alcatraz. And Cap and the others are following the tour along, as the tour guide saying in this section, parts of the Clint Eastwood movie The Enforcer were filmed. And this is the 79 issue, so I can just imagine how old that movie is. And Quasar saying, or Marvel Man is saying, find anything at Cap? He's like, maybe this shield energy output tracer is picking up an unusual high amount of electrical power in a section. Let's hang back from the crowd for a second. Now, if you follow me, I'll show you the cell of the famous Birdman of Alcatraz. Marvel Man, are you sure the tracer's working right? It doesn't look like anyone's been down this corridor for years. I don't care what it looks like. The signal's definitely getting stronger this way. Come on. And the vamp is just, that's it, big man. Charge on ahead with your eager beaver sidekick. You've hardly said a word to me this mission. I wonder, are you still mad because I beat the blue streak within an inch of his life?
Last issue.
Or are you afraid of me? And Marvel Man is or no, is that Cap? At the dead end with an armored door and a new one from the looks of it. I believe we found what we're looking for. And Marvel Man throws off his coat and says, well, in that case, I'll get us in. No armored doors stopping us. And Cap's like, no, wait, not. Kablam!
One-handed kablam.
That's right.
Not even pointing, man. He's like,
just flexing. Which way to the Quantum Gun Show?
hey, Vamp, did you see what that gun did to that door?
Yeah.
He says, okay, Cap, now we'll teach those corporation clowns what it means to mess with the super agents. He's like, you young idiot. If they didn't know we weren't here. We were here before. They do now. Didn't S.H.I.E.L.D. teach you anything about stealth?
Yeah, and I feel like he wanted to say, and don't call us the super agents, okay? We're not a thing. I just, you know. I already said no, I wouldn't lead you. You're just helping me find my buddy. Come on.
And Cap slings his shield at the wall, I guess. He pulls it from his back, sends it flying across the chamber, and it ricochets back, zipping snugly into place on his outthrust left forearm. Elapsed time 1.05 seconds.
He's gotta have hurt his thumb with that. Look. Oh, man.
What is that? Your tendon right there?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, it does look like he's kind of wincing, his face, but, you know.
No, that's probably why he's yelling. Wow, what are you waiting for? We've lost the element of surprise. We got to move fast. And Marvel Man and Vamp, it says, stand there seemingly struck dumb by Cap's nonchalant display of coordination, and then they follow past the 2-page of ads. Sticking close behind the Avengers, he all but vaults down the steep, twisting stairway until finally, Cap, what is it? The Sentinel of Liberty does not reply at first. Marvel Man thinks that he too is awed by the chamber that confronts them, by the row upon row of computer terminals rivaling those of S.H.I.E.L.D. itself, by the mighty Tidewater dynamo fed by the controlled current from the 2 mighty sea gates. But then as his eyes follow Cap's gaze, he sees the real cause of Cap's shocked silence, for chained to this far sea gate is the comatose form of Cap's once partner, Falcon. Then I hear a voice. I wouldn't make any foolish moves if I were you. Who? The name is Jack. The name is Jackson. Curtis Jackson.
Who was last seen in Machine Man number 8.
And it's funny that this is Cap 230 because I believe Curtis Jackson shows up again in Cap 330.
Oh, that's an interesting bit of trivia right there.
Yeah, because I believe he was the money guy behind, you know, he had Mollis giving out everyone of that strength augmentation process.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, very funny. But so he says, I manage the West Coast operations of the corporation. As you are here, I take it my plan and shield was discovered. And Cap, he was. Unfortunately, he'll have to be eliminated. But that is hardly our concern now. You realize how these sea gates work, Captain? At the flip of a switch, your friend would drown very quickly. He's like, I know. I'll have you know I'm not a cruel man. I hate unnecessary deaths. It's bad for business. Perhaps we... Cap, I read you, Jackson. I'm ready to bargain for the Falcon's life. What would you have me do? Marvel Man, Cap, you can't be serious. You're not going to. And Vamp, Grub Jr., of course he is. Jackson, good. I'm sure we can do business. Corporation West actually has little interest in the Falcon. The one we want is a nephew of his. Cap, Jim Wilson? He's like, yes, I wasn't aware that you knew of the boy's existence. And Cap says, I didn't until recently.
Editor's note, Cap 228 and 229. Yeah.
Yeah. Or a few minutes ago.
Exactly.
But that's beside the point. I'm not promising anything until the Falcon's released. And he goes, don't go making demands of me. You're bargaining from a weak position as it is. Just look behind you. And in case you don't recognize him, that's Dr. Bruce Banner strapped to the electro sleep harness. My men captured him just minutes ago. You see, Jim Wilson is a good friend of Banner and his other self, the Hulk. We learned that fact the hard way when our agent, the Constrictor, tried to return Wilson, a former employee of ours, to Los Angeles. Okay, so in the last few months, Hulk and Cap have slapped Constrictor around.
Yeah, he's on quite a losing streak. Oh, man.
The Serpent Society are great, punch 'em up villains, right?
Oh, yeah. So now we have 2 hostages with which to lure Jim Wilson in, and frankly, the Falcon is the less attractive bait for our trap. And Marvel Man's whispering, Cap, are you seriously? He's like, of course not. But right now, Jackson holds all the cards. If we want to save the Falcon, we've got to stall for time. And he's like, well, Captain, what can? The secondary intruder alarm, but that's impossible. And then we see, come now, Jackson. Nothing is truly impossible. Entering your subterranean hideaway can be quite easy when led by a gracious a god as your Miss Moonstone. And he's like, clear? And it's like, in the flesh, sir. I believe you've been looking for my friend here, Mr. Wilson. A pity he is not as docile as his pet. What the devil?
The pet looks a little better in this frame, though.
Yeah.
His head is up, at least.
I mean, all right, maybe I figured it out. Did they bring the dog just so he could look like a Bond villain? No, Falcon, I expect you to die.
$1 million.
Freaking dogs with freaking laser beams.
Anybody else getting a Kingpin vibe from Clear?
Because he's a bald guy, yeah.
He's a really big bald guy, yeah.
No, I'm evil. I'm the bald. What the devil were you doing out here? I thought you were trying to shore up East Coast operations before the board of directors cracked down. Said, to be sure, but to fully satisfy them, I need to eliminate your guest, Captain America. Perhaps we can arrange a trade, eh? You want Jim Wilson alive. I want Captain America dead. But I see you're a bit puzzled over how I know so much about your operation. Don't be. Corporation East has a number of agents in your branch, as we did in S.H.I.E.L.D. You did very well, Vamp. And she's like, thanks, lover.
Ooh.
He's into some... Klinger must be into some weird types, as we'll see in a few minutes. And Marvel Man's like, Vamp, she was a traitor too, her and the blue streak. And Cap, I suspected as much. Her attack on the streak was too vicious. She was trying to silence him. I'll bet anything that she's the telepath who sicked the constrictor on me.
Editor's note, cat number 228.
She's probably been Marvel Man, no, as he starts blasting again. Don't try to stop me, Cap. We've waited long enough. I'm fighting back now. As he's blasted through 4 pages of ads.
The Micronauts are coming. Sorry.
Not anymore. They don't have the rights.
That's right.
The big zow. Okay, I know you could use the backup, but he frees Banner. And the first order of business is freeing and waking Dr. Banner. We're going to need him. Yeah, because that's not going to make anything more chaotic. Just what I want. I'm under what? Under an island and the ocean. Yeah, let's bring the Hulk into this.
Let's have a giant green rage monster. That's going to be awesome.
Bring the entire prison and the ocean down on top of us. Okay. Stop them. They mustn't get the Klinger or the Wilson boy. You heard the boss. Fan out. And Cap, sorry, boys, but you'll have to fan out faster than that. And Wendell, now you're talking, Cap. Just be sure to leave a few for me. And Cap, Marvel Man, watch your back. And he thinks the kid is good. If he can just survive his own overconfidence, he'll go far.
Well, that problem gets solved, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to say overconfidence. Since when?
Yeah. If he could just doubt himself constantly, then he could potentially spin off into his own book, become an Avenger, you know.
Maybe even protector of the universe. Who knows?
Yeah, the sky is the limit. Actually, no, it's not. Yeah.
Don't get all high and mighty with me, Marvel Man. I'm not a secretary. And with the battle raging all about him, Bruce Banner slowly regains consciousness. And he's like, now where am I? I remember being shot, drugged, mercy bullets, I guess. What's going on? And he's like, oh no, the shock, the fear is triggering the change. But I mustn't change. I must regain control. I must not change. Why shouldn't I change? Puny Banner is worthless in a fight, but nothing can stop the Hulk. That's when Jim yells, Hulk, these goons are hassling me, man. He's like, huh? And the guy guarding Jim's like, oh my God.
Not hassling, dude. Here, guns down. See ya. Bye.
I love you, Hulk. And as the Hulk leaps at the guard and says, Jim. And one of the guards yells, "Get the boy back and keep firing. He has to have a weak spot." Yeah, of course.
It's the sleepy smoke is his weak spot.
That's true. No, only men are weak. The Hulk is never weak. Never. And then the Master of Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, full page
Nice.
ad.
Yeah, and that looks like, that's Mike Zeck. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was reading an article about that just the other day about it's weird because I guess Marvel has the rights to him, but they had the rights to his father was Fu Manchu, but then they lost the rights to Fu Manchu or something.
Yeah.
So like any story they print about him now, if they mention his father, he goes nameless. It's just like my father. And what is this? The Hulk like grabbed their guns and mashed them into a huge metal ball. Men are nothing without their guns. They always run when Hulk takes them away, but that will do them no good. Hulk can use guns too. Throws the giant metal ball at them with a whammo. And
Nice.
Wendell says, Hulk, that's enough. The guards are all taken out. You take care of this Moonstone character and we'll handle the rest. Then Hulk goes, huh? Hulk remembers Flying Man, said he was a defender.
Another editor's note from Defenders 62 and 63, which was the Defenders for a Day storyline, which is pretty awesomely weird.
Yeah, I'll have to track down those issues. Maybe we'll have to do this someday. Another special. And then Hulk backhands him and says, but he lied. Again, bubble up.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure he knocks him out. At least if he was bubbled, he might have still hurt, but he might still be awake. And the Cap thinks, good Lord, I've got to stop him. He could bring this whole island crashing down on top of us. Yeah, thank you, Marvel Man.
I know, right? I mean, come on. Weren't we just talking about that?
Hold it, Hulk. It's me, Captain America. You remember me? Hulk remembers, but that doesn't mean that Hulk has to listen to you. Hulk just wants to get Jim and get out of here. So leave Hulk alone as he swings at him. He's like, whew, he's faster and meaner than ever. I'll have to keep on my toes if I want to stay in one piece. As he hits him from behind in like both knees. He's like, huh? It's like, Hulk, please, the men who have Jim are my enemies too. We can beat them together. Hulk does not need your help. Get out of Hulk's way now. As he smashes the floor in pieces of concrete, I guess her Cap has to block with his shield. So much for reason. If I don't figure out a way to stop them fast, somebody could get killed. There must be some way, but how? And Jim's yelling, no, Hulk, no. Cap's trying to help us, man. Moonstone, will you shut up? And Vamp, Kligger, how can you stand there so calmly? Even my energy belt can't match the Hulk's brute strength. You've got to give me the power. Uh-oh. Kona, you said you have the digital copy of this?
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't have again, no hostess ad.
Yep, Twinkies this time.
Iron Man in an irresistible force.
Oh, well, I mean, we skipped over Captain Marvel and fruit pies in the last one.
I know, but
we have done that before. I feel like it was a different delicious adventure.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's Iron Man. There's looks like three uniformed goons driving in a gold car. It has like a big ram on the front of it. This baby will knock over the gates of Van Ness mansion as easy as an ordinary car knocks over a trash can. Then we knock off the mansion, right, boss? But soon an irresistible force will meet an immovable object. Iron Man's on our way, not for long. And what does he? Well, we basically just like punches the front of the car.
Yeah, and throws Twinkies. Problem solved.
High Torque. Oh wait, so is the boss's name High Torque HY and then last name TORQUE? High Torques.
I guess so.
High Torque's car and I are evenly matched. Strength won't make the difference. Strategy will. So as right after Iron Man punches the front of the car, he goes, in this case, Hostess Twinkie Cakes. It's a convertible, so he throws the Twinkie Cakes over the windshield. Hey, thanks, delicious golden sponge cake, cream filling too. I was just ready for a snack. While you were busy eating these great Hostess snack cakes, I've been busy too. As Iron Man wrapped the car around them. I guess this wraps up my career. He wraps the car around them. I guess this wraps up my career in crime. Maybe we should trade the car for some more of these Twinkie cakes.
So you could say those criminals got their just desserts.
Oh, God.
You could say, if Iron Man hadn't been as careful and if he would have crushed the guys in the car would have been, golden with cream filling. But back to Alcatraz.
Yes.
Kligger, just be patient, my dear. We must fully examine our options, especially in the light of the fact that Mr. Jackson seems to be playing his ace by opening the northern sea gate. Unless I'm mistaken, the turret will quickly rush through the dynamo bypass valves and swell up around the partially closed southern gate, bringing the Falcon's life to a very unpleasant end. And, yes, I see the captain has just become aware of his friend's predicament. He's like, Sam, my God. He's like, no. But then the Hulk gets him in a bear hug. He's like, no, left my guard down. Looks like the Hulk's got me now. No, it can't end this way. After all this, I can't. And Hulk, struggle all you want, little man. You will not break free of the Hulk. Slowly, inexorably, the Hulk's bear hug tightens about the Avenger, and then he struggles no more. And Vamp's still screaming, Kligger, he just totaled Captain America, for God's sake, man. He'll be on us next. Please, give me the power. Very well, my dears. He pulls out a remote control. The power is yours. So she turned into Captain Planet?
I thought that was He-Man.
Oh, is
it? It's our powers combined.
Yes. You're right. I was a He-Man fan. The power is yours.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the power of Grayskull, the vamp dies. Yes, I can feel it flowing through my mind, making me strong, changing me. And then Hulk is, what is happening? Girl's voice sounds strange. And that's because I am woman no longer, Hulk. I am the Animus. I am your death. As basically, she transforms. The Animus looks like a giant, caveman with a big...
Huge
she looks
head.
like,
yeah.
I mean, we've joked about Bunk's Big Adventure guest starring before, but that's what it looks like.
Oh yeah.
This predates TurboGrafx 16, but yeah. Oh wow.
So Animus is hitting the Hulk from behind with her club, and Moonstone's blasting him at the same time. It's a surprise attack of the Animus on one side, and the Moonstone's laser blast on the other proves too much even for the Hulk. Suddenly, the cavernous chamber is silent. Silence save for the occasional click of computer contacts and the gentle roar of the ever-rising waters. To be continued in the pages of the Incredible Hulk 232, which is what we'll get to next week, 232
That's right.
233.
Awesome. And that'll wrap up our Quantumus.
That'll wrap up the year of 2018, yes.
Ooh.
Because
the final episode before
what comes after January, Will?
I don't know. January in the mystery.
And if you watch on YouTube, you might get that episode at least a couple days before January.
Yeah.
So Soshin's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Probably a little extra long episode, but hey, it's Quantumus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Happy holidays, everyone.
We take care of our kids. All right. So, anything else?
So next week we'll be doing Hulk
232.
232 and 233.
All right.
And we'll get to the big, when did Wendell change his name from Marvel Man?
Yep. And why?
The final stand of Marvel Man happens in an unlikely spot. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think he changes it in 234, but the kids telling that's a
but the
stupid name
impetus for why he changes it happens in
233,
233, yes.
Yeah.
All
right. Good
So
times.
should we get out of here?
I think so.
All right. So he'll already be back by the time this airs, but Matt Kona, you're going away for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, so if you wanted to look at my adventures in Israel, I probably have them posted on my Instagram or Facebook at Matt Kona. Kona. So,
Are you guys gonna recap the whole Israel trip? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't want to recap anything of real life. I want to just live it and then talk about some dumb movie we watch.
I was gonna say we're not gonna get 14 episodes from Israel straight.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. If you want to hear our recap of Hanukkah, no, you know what though? We did something, and I don't know how listenable it is. We kind of just did it for fun, and it's probably released by now if we put it out at all. But we looked up a U.S. citizenship test online, and Yale took it. I answered some questions too, and I got a couple things wrong, so I don't know if I'll be allowed back in the country to continue with her. But her wrong answers were more hilarious than mine. Yeah, some of them are crazy. There's like one of them was name a war that happened in the 1800s, and one of them was the American-Canadian War. Yeah. So that's my life.
The American-Canadian War.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I know, but at least she wasn't born here, right? What's your excuse?
True. Not paying attention in class. Although there's one that we both got wrong, which was it was a multiple choice. One of 4 states borders Canada, and it was Illinois, Indiana, Massachusetts, which we knew was not it, and Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania does because of the water border.
Oh, I did not know that either. That's
yeah.
Now you know, and no one's half the battle, right?
Yeah, educational. Yeah.
All right,
but that's it. That's where you can find me. Thanks for looking at me in Israel, I guess. I'm back now.
So that's all your plugs.
It was a great time.
And since he's back now, if you're listening on the podcast, any comedy clubs up there, if you want to hire Matt Kona.
I am back. I will be back doing comedy. So find me somewhere. I don't know. I'll be around. Yeah.
I just flew in from Israel. Boy, are my arms tired.
Yeah.
So, any more plugs, Matt Kona?
No, that's it.
All right, everyone. Send us your thoughts on this issue. The Hulk issue's coming up. Anything coming up in January?
Into mystery.
Or if you're someone of the musical persuasion, if you could take Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song and work Matt Kona into it, email me, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, facebook.com/quantumzonepod, @quantumzonepod, and @CL Sidekicks on Twitter, CL Sidekicks on Instagram. Once you're done looking at Matt Kona stuff, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Will?
You can find me Walred, WALLRED, on Twitter, Facebook, and Gmail. You can also find me diaryofnight.com as my self-published comic, and of course, good old quantumzone.org, which has as many things Quasar as we can gather together.
And if you watch us on YouTube, Soshin, I think don't have a specific date yet, but I think the first full week of December, Will and I are going to record episode 3 of Captain Marvel. So, wow, while the Matt's away, we will play.
That's right. Genus Bell.
Yes. So send us your thoughts on that, and follow our Quasar group on Facebook. I'll put up once we figure out a time and date, I'll put it up there. We're just a plug machine tonight.
That's right.
All right, let's get out of here. Some Matt can pack.
That's right. Safe travels, buddy.
So I can unpack. I'm back now.
Fastest man alive.
Yeah.
All right, thank you everyone for joining us. Remember, if you're listening on the podcast, one more week. Just one episode stands between Will and January.
Into mystery, yes. So looking forward to talking
I can't wait either. I can't wait either. Especially once we get to the last issue or two. There's so many characters packed into that.
Oh, man.
We're gonna have to probably just pause. This is who this is. This is.
I was gonna say that last issue or two, or that is gonna be. It's gonna be a big episode like this. The amount of time we took to cover 2 issues is probably at least 16. It's gonna take.
Well, and 16 is a
oversized.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Double-sized issue with double the quadruple or whatever the number of characters.
So join us for the end of December and all of 2019. Because remember, Quantum Zoners, keep it quantum. Safe journey, Matt.